This is Nothing Phone 3A, and today I would like to share a few useful tips and tricks for this device. So if we're talking about the tricks for Nothing phones, there is something we cannot avoid or ignore. That is the entire gimmick of those devices. That is the glyph interface, the auxiliary lights that allow for pretty wide customization opportunities or possibilities. So if you would like to configure it, you will need to launch your device's settings and enter the separate glyph interface category. Here you can customize those lights in terms of intensity, I guess. Yep, in terms of their brightness. So that's what the dimmest brightness look like. And that's the brightest one. I'm not sure if camera was able to capture that, but well, in real life it indeed was different depending on the brightness I've set here. You can select the ringtone pattern that your glyph will play once you're being called. So that's the currently selected pattern. You can set another ringtone, or disable the glyph lights entirely if you want to. Just switch on the sound only option here. You can also add your own sounds or custom sounds if you need to, and set up glyphs for any given sound separately. You can do the same for notifications. For example, that's how the default notification glyph look like. What else? You can also add custom sounds. As you can see, you have also the glyph composer tool here, but in order for it to be available, you'll need to have at least one sound added to the My Sound list. So there you will be easily able to customize those glyph behavior and the order in which those lights go on and so on. Just overall customize them. You can switch them off entirely if they irritate you. You can also enable the flip to glyph option, set up the glyph timer, the visual countdown here. So let's quickly see it. As you can see, that's how this countdown works. If you are interested, you can always learn how to read the timer that the glyphs show. As you can see, you can also open the composer from here, install the app and compose your own glyph lights, and do all other customizations and personalizations to tailor this glyph interface to your particular preference. You can also, by the way, go into the special features category and open the experimental features and access the glyph progress, which once enabled will allow glyphs or the glyph interface to show the progress inside third-party apps such as Uber and other apps that it supports. For example, it will show you how is the progress of your ride in terms of how far away is the driver that picked up your order is from you, and so on. You know, those like live notifications that most devices have nowadays. That's pretty much the same stuff, but instead of like visual UI UX thing on your screen, you'll have this progress displayed through or via those glyphs, as you can tell from this little preview picture. So that's more or less everything I wanted to tell you about those glyphs. Another interesting option you may have missed is the refresh rate, so make sure to enter the display category of settings, and here look for the display refresh rate and set it to either high to get the most motion smoothness that your devices allow. Just keep in mind that higher refresh rate will result in higher battery consumption. So if your main concern is battery life and you do not mind giving up some visual smoothness for it, you can set it to standard or dynamic and allow system to dynamically switch refresh rate according to content to optimize battery life. So it will reduce the refresh rate automatically when high refresh rate is not needed, and provide you with a pretty decent level of motion smoothness once the capacity or the situation allows. You can also switch on the HDR display, which I highly also recommend, which will provide you with an increased brightness for HDR supported content, which will also highly improve the visual part of this device and overall the colors that the screen of this phone is able to produce. And the final option that I wanted to show you guys is the RAM boost. You may have had a glimpse towards this feature while we were setting up third-party glyph interface, but in order to access it, enter the special features category of settings once again, and here go into the RAM booster. Now select the amount of additional random access memory you would like to get. I'll go with as high of a value as it allows, which is 8 gigabytes, and after the phone is restarted, you'll get additional gigabytes of random access memory, which will highly improve the system performance and more particularly improve and speed up the multitasking, since the system will have more available RAM gigabytes to its disposal. Keep in mind that that additional memory comes from the internal storage, so you are sacrificing a few gigabytes of your device's RAM for a few gigabytes of random access memory, which, if you ask me, is a very fair trade. You won't miss a few gigabytes from your internal storage, but at the same time, those few additional gigabytes will make a great impact when used for RAM or random access memory. Anyway, as far as this video goes, that'll be it. Should you know any other interesting features and quirks of this device that I've failed to mention, leave them in the comment section below this video. But as for now, thanks for watching and bye bye.